it's a sharp downgrade to the previous growth forecast.
Yeah, in fact, it's been very sharp in a very short period of time. We had 3.4% growth last year, and right up to the spring of this year, consensus was still for around 3% growth for 2013. We're now, as we see today, and the IMF a week or so ago downgraded to 1.5%. So, but what we're actually seeing, though, is something of a, if you like, is a game or a battle that's been playing out between the economy ministry to really want to force the Kremlin and force President Putin to support more stimulus measures, more more proactive policy change to try and boost growth.
Why has the government been reluctant to follow through with such measures?
Well, we're absolutely at a crossroads right now. I think that people absolutely must understand that. The 2014 is going to represent a very significant policy crossroads for Russia. For the last sort of 14 years, say since 2000, Russia's benefited initially from high volume of oil and gas wealth, and then from a massive expansion of consumer spending. And the last couple of years has been able to take it easy while watching what's happening in the Eurozone and the rest of the world. Now it needs to be more policy active.
Well, some argue, though, that the fiscal measures, I mean, that the downgrade is proof that the fiscal measures aren't working, that in reality you need structural measures.
Yes. No, absolutely. I think, what the economy ministry has been saying for a while and what others have been saying is that Russia now needs to adapt a kind of more open investment policy, needs to attract substantially more Russian as well as foreign investment into the economy, needs to start spending money in infrastructure, needs to start diversifying the economy. And to answer your question, Ross, I think that there is a natural reluctance in Russia to do anything that might cause instability. People remember
if they don't
the
do
90s.
anything, that forecast will come true.
It will come through more slowly, more gradually. People remember the Brezhnev era very well. They also remember the 90s and the volatility. So that's why I say 2014. I think that directly after the Sochi Olympics, there's going to have to be a very clear focus on the economy, and that's why I think we now see positions being taken by the economy ministry, by others, scary. Like the government in saying, look, 2.5% long-term growth is going to cause instability. It'll cause political instability perhaps by the time we get to the next election cycle. So they're pushing their case, and they're really, but the idea behind this, I think, is to try and then produce more proactive policies next spring.
Christopher, thanks for that. Christopher Weafer.